Hello friends, welcome to AWS with Jaymit. If you are absolutely beginner in AWS, you are on right channel and right video. If you don't have already AWS account, then go ahead and check my video how to set up the AWS console account first time. I have also added a other services video as well. In this video, I'm going to talk about what is CloudWatch and how you can use that in AWS. So first let us check what is CloudWatch. So I already logged in into my AWS console account. So here we will search CloudWatch. AWS CloudWatch is a monitoring services for resources and application. It will give us a different features to monitor our application, monitor and debug our resources. Say for example, if we have a Lambda function running the business logic, and if something goes wrong, those CloudWatch logs get stored into CloudWatch, and those logs we are able to debug from this CloudWatch service. So whenever something goes wrong from Lambda function, we are doing logging, and say for example in JavaScript we do console.log, right? So those logs will be stored into the CloudWatch, and that CloudWatch will help us to debug, monitor the application. So there are a lot of different features. So we are able to set up a different alarm based on different metrics on resources. Say for example, error more than 0, then it will send a alarm, and some other kind of like if timeout reached more than certain seconds, we are able to raise a alarm. So that way we can do the monitoring. That alarm will send a message to SNS, and SNS will send a email to our email address. Other ways, we are also able to create a CloudWatch dashboard in which we can monitor different metrics, so that we are able to monitor our application or a microservices through the CloudWatch dashboard. Other feature is like monitoring using existing system or application, and the custom logs, which is like managing the logs of your services. So this CloudWatch is mainly used for monitoring and debugging your applications. So these are the different features inside the CloudWatch. So we will go through the main used features first. So main widely used feature is this log management. So whenever you have like any business logic running in your Lambda function or EC2 or any other services, whenever you log something, some message in CloudWatch, it will first create a log group. So right now here we see in this region there are no any CloudWatch log group are present. So we are also able to create a CloudWatch log group. We can give some log group name. We also can set some retention, like after 1 days or 7 days it will get automatically deleted, or we can change the infrequent access class. We can change a class, or we can delete it, or we can, so that it will charge us less, like it will have not a lot of logs remain for a long period. So first, like we will create one Lambda function to test this, how this log management work. So whenever we create a Lambda function and run that Lambda function, and it will automatically create also this CloudWatch log group for that Lambda function. So let us create AWS with Jaymit demo CloudWatch demo Lambda. I am using Node.js 24 and creating that Lambda function, simple Lambda function. Once we create that Lambda function, we will try and execute that Lambda function. So whenever we call that Lambda function first time, it will automatically create here a log group. So here we have created one simple Lambda function. Let us this is the code of that Lambda function. Let us do some console log as well. for logging purpose. So we are doing here console.log debug1, and we are deploying this Lambda function change. So now what we will do is, still we don't have any log group here, right? So now what we'll do is we will run this Lambda function to test it. We'll do a simple test, and we see this is done with execution. We get a 200 test code. So now if we will go here, we'll see the logs. So here we see this log group automatically created in CloudWatch, and log group naming pattern is AWS, then service name, and then particular Lambda function name, right? So log class by default is standard. By default, there is a no any recent retention also set, never expire. So this will be like default behavior when we have created any Lambda function. If you want to set a custom retention and other stuff, we deploy it through CloudFormation from CDK or a Terraform or a serverless framework or a SAM. We can set this retention period also as a good practice, like in lower environment and production environment. So now here we see log group name. Log group name is this, and it is having a no retention set, and these are the logs inside that. So when we go to the log group, we see this log, right? So these are the logs, and here we'll see it is called initial start the Lambda function, and then debug1, which we added in our console code level, right? So here we added a debug1, so that we get in our CloudWatch log. So this way we are able to debug those messages what we added. And same way, there is a other way to debug into this log is like we can go to log insight. In log insight, we are able to do query execution against our log group. So we have this log group, CloudWatch demo Lambda log group. We can select that log group from this log insight section, and here we are able to run a query. So this query will get these two fields in the result. It will be sorted by timestamp descending, and limit, it will have a 1000 limit, right? And in last 1 hour it will pick up. So we are running query, so we'll get a result. It will take some time to reflect those data coming over here in log insights. So once log are generated, after some time, few minutes, it will be reflect into insights. So we'll check that after some time as well. Let us run this Lambda one more time so we can see more logs. We can change the code to debug2 just to cross check, like we adding another message, different message, and let us run this. We can test this. So now we have again this successful, and we'll see in the our normal CloudWatch section, log management. We can go to log management, and in our Lambda function logs, we can see another log added, right? So it is having a debug2, first one having a debug1, right? So that way we are able to do monitoring, the debugging of the logs. Now we'll try this. Hopefully we should get this in our log group log insight as well, but sometime it will take some time to come those log into insights. Let us check the monitoring configuration. So here we can check CloudWatch is enabled by default. CloudWatch application signal external related stuff. CloudWatch Lambda Insight is turned on to collect system level metrics, including this and network uses. So this is will be like Lambda insight related stuff. So by default it should be generated, but sometime it will take some time. So let us try again if it is generated. Yeah, now I can see it, right? So generally it is taking some time to data goes into insights after added into the logs. So now we can again go to the log insight section, log insight. Here we can select that Lambda function log group will run descending query last 1 hour, and here now we see those data into our logs, right? So first we are seeing there are two debug to message here, right? A debug to message we get into our result. So that was the recent one. So sometime it will take some time to get the result. And now if we can want to filter something, we are also able to do query filter @message @message like debug. So that way we can query through our log as well by using log insight. So here we can see, right, we get only this debug related logs, and then we can get this IDs and identify the more things. So we have a lot of logs in production, right? Then at that time we are able to use this kind of different query pattern as well to analyze our log by using log insights. So this log management and log insight are a good section for our debugging with our Lambda function. Another important section here is there is a different metrics. We can see all metrics here, right? So whenever some error occurs, we can also able to say, for example, we have this Lambda function here, right? So if some error occurs in this Lambda function, we are also able to check those errors through alarm. So here we have a different metrics in CloudWatch metrics section. We have a different metrics here, right? So when we click on Lambda function, by function name, we'll see here different metrics. So we have this Lambda recently added, right? CloudWatch demo Lambda. So we'll select all this CloudWatch demo Lambda related metrics. So there are different metrics which are name is invocation metrics, throttling, errors, duration, and concurrent execution. So these are different metrics. We can see those metrics here, right? So when we select it, so these are we have a duration metrics, and then we have a other invocation related stuff and error related stuff, right? So when some error occurs, this alarm error matrix will show those numbers, right? So based on this matrix, we are also able to create a, if some Lambda is taking more duration time or more errors, we are able to monitor those stuff by using alarm section. So here we have a another section called alarm. We are able to create a different alarms to get a notification. So say for example, we can create a classic alarm. We need to select the matrix here. So we can select a lambda function by name. We can select this error matrix for this CloudWatch Lambda. Select the matrix, and then we can give here like sum of these errors in last 5-minute period. We can select threshold type static, and whenever greater than 0 errors, then we can raise that we can raise this alarm. So in alarm, okay state or insufficient data. So we'll select in alarm state and select an existing SNS topic it is asking for, right? If not exist, we can create a new topic. So a new topic will have this default name it is showing, and it is asking for email where we want to receive notifications. So for now I am giving my email address and I am creating a topic. So here we have this SNS topic get created, and here we have this subscriber added to this SNS. Let me go to my email address to subscribe this SNS. Subscription is pending, otherwise you'll not get alert emails. So I am confirming my subscription. So I already confirm here my subscription, so it is showing confirm. This is a SNS topic, and I subscribe my email with this topic. So whenever this alarm raise, it will send a event to SNS topic, and this SNS topic will fan out those alerts to this subscribed email address. So this we added over here. And we can do next, and we can give an alarm name like Lambda error alarm, and we can do preview. So preview, it is showing all the stuff. We selected a error matrix, Lambda function name static sum. In last 5 minutes, if greater than 0 errors, it will send a notification to CloudWatch SNS topic, and at the end SNS topic send a fan out message to my email. So here it is showing like initially insufficient data, and it will be settled down in some time. Now what we can do is we can try and run this Lambda function which we created, and will produce some error. In success case, it will not raise a alarm. So here I am running this success. Now we can produce some error. So what we will do is we can create some syntax error and try to run this Lambda, so it will have produced some error, right? And then we'll check those metrics. It will take some time like to reflect. Now I am running test, so we have an execution fail with this Lambda, and this error occurs, right? So this is not defined, and that is the error. Now we can see in the monitoring section in Lambda function, we will see this here some metrics. So same way, now we'll check this alarm section. We can go to the CloudWatch, and we will see alarms. So here we have this right now showing status insufficient data, but it will goes into alarm status after some time, because after running our Lambda function, it will take some time to generate the insight and metrics, and then it will raise the alarms. So if we go to the history, currently we just created it, and soon it will goes into alarm status, and we should get the email as well for this. So here we will cross check that. Meanwhile, I am explaining other topic, and we will come back to check this alarm after some time. And now we can see it, right? It is in alarm state already. So here it is showing in alarm state because we have one error generated in our Lambda. So it is showing in alarm state, and in history also it will show that like from it will goes insufficient to goes into alarm status. Now it will see the red, right? So now I should get a email as well to my email address, as I already subscribed to this is my different email, sorry. So I'm like here we get the alarm, right? AWS notification alarm. So alarm AWS alarm for Lambda error alarm in Asia Pacific Mumbai region, and here we can see that CloudWatch console, like what was the reason for that alarm and other stuff. So this alarm get raised due to there are more than 0 error for that particular Lambda. So this way we can get a notification onto our email address when something goes wrong, and through CloudWatch section alarm. Same way, like there is another section called CloudWatch Dashboard, where we can monitor our application or microservices. So say for example, monitor, I am creating a CloudWatch dashboard. So CloudWatch dashboard, I am giving a monitor, I am giving a dashboard name, monitor services, and inside this we are able to monitor different resources in our application. So say for example, widget, we want to data type, like we can take a metrics, preferred experience metric console, will get a line chart and see next. So here we can select different metrics what we want to display, and we'll select here error related metrics, right, or a duration related metrics. We can get an idea for that. So here we see this duration and error related metrics now, right? So this way we are able to add more metrics here. So we need to save this dashboard. So whenever we come back later and we want to monitoring this microservices Lambda related stuff, we are able to monitor it here. Like we easily can see here how many errors and duration and other stuff, right? So also we are able to edit this dashboard, and we can add more stuff into this dashboard later as well. Like once we get created, we can edit and do like other stuff as well more. So we can add more widget if you want to add anything additional Lambda related stuff. Say for example, we want to add a invocation related stuff, so we can add a new widget here as well, and we can save it. So this way we are also able to create our microservices or monitoring application monitoring CloudWatch dashboard that can easily give a visibility to developers on real-time application, and they can monitor the patterns, and based on pattern they can identify the problems. So these are like very good feature on CloudWatch for monitoring perspective, this dashboard, CloudWatch dashboard, for alarm perspective, this alarm section, log management perspective, this log management and log group, and log insight for querying the logs. And there are a lot of metrics. Each service wise there are a lot of metrics available that we can use for monitoring and alarm perspective. There are other section as well, but these are the more important section nowadays. Like people start using this agentic CloudWatch agentic AI as well for monitoring. So this is the complete hands-on overview about CloudWatch. Now hope you get idea like how you can go through the logs, debug it, alarms, dashboard for monitoring. Hope you get exact idea about hands-on on CloudWatch, how you can debug your application as a developer. Thank you for watching this. If you are want to explore more about APIs and some other stuff in serverless, CDK, SM, infrastructure as a code and other stuff, you can explore my channel for more videos. Thank you for watching. Please like this video, put a comment if any feedback, subscribe my channel for more on AWS, and don't forget to share this video with your friend. Thank you for watching.